For the past year, Primetime has been following the lives of a small group of Amish teenagers as they pass through a little-known Amish custom called Rumspringa. Loose translation, time for running around. That sounds like something all teenagers do, but the stakes here are so much greater. The idea behind Rumspringa is to let the young experience the outside modern world before they fully commit themselves and forever to the Amish way of life. Trouble is, if the temptations of the outside world prove more powerful than faith and family, the teenagers you are about to meet may spend the rest of their lives on the outside looking in.
Who am I? It's a very good question. My name?
That's your name.
Okay, my name's Joey Stevens.
What group are you in?
I'm in a band called Rumspringa.
We gonna roll, gonna have us a ball. Oh, sweet sativa, gonna need you, gotta make myself tall. Sativa, I feature the golden touch. Oh, sativa, my favorites, much too much.
What's the contrast between playing at venues like the Echo, where you grew up around, compared to a massive festival like Glastonbury?
Yeah, huge difference. You know what, actually, Glastonbury was such a bizarre experience. It was like a medieval, futuristic, post-apocalyptic little town that
Really?
was just bizarre. And the people, the first day, the excitement was there, and it goes on for like 5 days, and it just slowly starts getting more and more like everyone's just so fucked up that like the energy was a little funny, actually. And by that point, as it goes on later, they're looking more towards the really big acts that are playing. So actually, you know, it was a massive festival, but our tent wasn't really pulling in that many people. Because it had a lot of smaller kind of indie bands that, you know, people would walk by and they'd kind of wander in for a second and would walk out.
I played in Portland at Holocene, which is one of my favorite venues. Last time I was there, I saw Frog Eyes, and my friend and I started the Portland Dance Brigade. Did you get the crowd into a frenzy, or was it?
Honestly, actually, the crowd at Holocene was one of the like lesser. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of people that showed up to that one. But the sound girl at Holocene is this Australian girl. I believe her name is Hannah or Anna. Was one of the coolest sound people that we've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, really nailed it. I mean, honestly, Holocene is one of the coolest venues that I think I've ever got to play in. You know, so far, they've really got their shit together.
Rumspringa is signed to Cantora Records. How did you get involved with Cantora?
Cantora saw us play our first time out in New York at a club called Europa in Greenpoint, and Nick Panama, who's part of the label, I believe he was just a friend of a friend, and he came to the show and just really dug it, and it all started kind of from there.
So you have a full-length album coming out?
Yeah, the full-length album. It's been a long way coming. It's coming out October 5th. It's the first full-length that Rumspringa is putting out. It's called Sway, and yeah, man, it's just, we're very excited for it. It's kind of like a
Why is it called Sway?
birthday. It's called Sway. One of the tracks is called Sway, and I've read a lot of kind of commentaries and reviews on our music, and swaying is one of the things that kind of a person always remarks about what people kind of get into, rather than like dance or fucking headbang or something. They kind of go into a swaying like motion.
Sway kind of sounds like Spread, the Ashton Kutcher movie. Did you have a song in Spread?
Yeah, I did.
What was it like seeing?
You've done your research, my friend.
What was it like seeing your
Honestly,
song
man,
on the silver
that was
screen?
such a terrible movie, and I don't know why he made that movie. I don't know what that guy was thinking. And it was a really long scene. I thought it was just going to be something in the background. I was very surprised that it was totally by random, kind of a random coincidence, I think, that they found that song in a catalog. And honestly, I did it for the money.
Honestly, I thought it worked well. I mean, it
worked, yeah.
It augmented a, mediocre film.
It worked well, and it was, at least I was very happy that it was a dance scene.
Sure.
So it was like, okay, cool. Like, you don't actually see that too much in movies where they use music. It's just always for background purposes. I was surprised. I don't know.
Okay.
It was weird.
What cover art should we expect on Sway?
Well...
Are you going to be designing the front cover?
Yeah. It's art that I made, and a lot of it is collage based, from old magazines and textures and stuff like that.
Speaking of visual arts, how does visual art play into your music?
How does it play into the music? Well, I've always liked poetry that paints a picture in your mind rather than more of a dialogue, a straight dialogue. So I've always tried to do music that kind of can do the same, that can more just paint a wave of emotions or wave of feelings or something
Speaking
that's
of
a little
which,
more...
let's show the world here this sort of wave of emotion that you're talking about.
Oh, shit.
This is some of the work that's featured on the Rumspringa page.
Nice.
Can you tell us what this piece represents to you?
Man, honestly, I don't know really what I was thinking when it was created. There is a theme, I guess, with a lot of the album art, which is textures, mineral textures, giving kind of a symbolic representation to certain characters, so the female is this kind of it's a mixture of rubies and kind of emeralds, and the guy is just the burnt lava dude. And I mean, I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I made it.
It's damn cool though. What about this one?
Oh yeah, this one's another old school collage that I was just trying to make a super heavy metal kind of looking thing. I actually watched that animation Heavy Metal.
Okay.
And was very much trying to like make something like that. So this is all just Photoshop, like collage work,
We have another one that sort of looks like William Shakespeare dreaming. Also, It seems like dreaming is prevalent in your lyrics and in your artwork.
Yeah.
What does dreaming represent for you?
Definitely, I always try to translate a lot of the lyrics or the dreams into lyrical content. I just find it's more interesting when you can, it's so hard to pinpoint dreams, like how to write them in a sense that makes sense.
Sure.
Even though it appears, the dreams are so, nonsensical or
absurd. And
yeah, this actually was a prototype of this.
Okay.
Because you could tell the backgrounds are the same.
Sure.
And then this spawned into this actually the next day, because I remember having a weird dream that consisted of this kind of bizarre like lava theme. So, yeah.
Did Chris Nolan make dreams mainstream?
Is that the director?
Yeah, of Inception.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie actually.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't think I will.
What artists do you look up to and respect?
Artists, Madi Clairvine is one who's really badass. I don't know, off the top of my head, it's hard.
Is it true that you were arrested 3 times for tagging?
I was arrested twice actually for it, yeah, for graffiti. And they always call it tagging, but I wasn't arrested for, once I was arrested for tagging. The other one was I was like to consider I was trying to make art.
Sure.
So, yeah.
If you could have one painting hanging in your room, what would it be?
One painting? Fuck.
Anything. Dali, Picasso.
I'd probably have the Caravaggio Medusa shield in my room.
Okay.
It's a painting that he did on a shield of Medusa's head after she got her head cut off. It's pretty cool.
Rapid fire questions. What's your go-to drink?
Multiple shots of tequila.
Multiple shots. Keith Moon or John Bonham?
Keith Moon.
John Lennon or Paul McCartney?
John Lennon.
The correct answer is George. Favorite Tumblr?
That'd be our Tumblr, rumspringamusic.tumblr.com.
Ponyo or Finding Nemo?
Ponyo.
Dreams or reality?
Definitely dreams.
Did Shia LaBeouf direct your music video for Minds Awake?
That he did.
Do you still drive classic cars?
No, sir, I do not.
What classic cars did you drive when you drove classic cars?
Well, my family had a 1947 Pontiac for a little bit of time that we enjoyed, and it was quite a vehicle.
Favorite song to cover?
Favorite song to cover? That we have covered, or that we
That you would love to
like
cover?
to cover? Oy vey. I guess probably Straight to Hell by The Clash.
Wow. And MIA used the sample for her now famous Paper Planes. Just the intro, though.
I know.
Favorite Tom Waits album?
Probably Blood Money.
Excellent album, probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't seem to make you